Independence of the Seas is one of Royal Caribbean's most popular ships, as well as an old favourite of Planet Cruise, and it's home to Royal Caribbean's innovative features and loads of cruise industry firsts. 15 decks, packed with everything you could dream of, which is perfect for a cruise. So this week on Planet Cruise Weekly, we are looking at Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas. Independence of the Seas was updated and refitted as recently as 2018.
I know, I was on it.
So some of the things there include an escape room. They added laser tag, a trampoline park, new water slides, panoramic staterooms, a new Asian-inspired restaurant, and something unique to only 3 of the Royal Caribbean ships, including Independence, is that at the time of filming, it is in home port right here in the UK, out of Southampton, until October 2020. And as we mentioned, or I should say Glenn mentioned and reminding us, he was on board with his beautiful family.
Yeah, took him on the relaunch date with all the new features, absolutely phenomenal. Did the trampoline park, which was a bit weird, but it was fantastic. Brooke, my daughter, loved the water park, which is the new feature on there. I think the highlight there at the whole cruise was the Asian-fused restaurant, which is the tabernacle where they cook it in front of you. And it was just not good for us, but also my daughter loved it as well, because it was something to watch while they're cooking the food. But it's brilliant. There's so much for every age. And I still say that Royal Caribbean is probably the best cruise line out there for sort of multi-generational cruising. So something for the adults, grandparents, younger kids, something for everybody.
Click the link if you want to watch more of Glenn describing that to you with his family on board that wonderful ship. And remember, you've got to make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button next to it, either now or at the end of this video, and that way you'll be updated on all our video content throughout Planet Cruise TV. It's very, very simple. It's called Ding Dong
Done. Exclamation mark. Always pushing cruising to the new limits, but at the same time is filled with traditional cruise ship benefits. Independence of the Sea offers an incredible range on board for activities.
It's kind of innovative, isn't it?
It's innovative, but I can never say that, so that's why I changed it, which I'm hoping you weren't going to bring up.
No one noticed, Glenn.
No, exactly. Now, in terms of activities, the whole family are almost guaranteed to not get bored. We recently interviewed a group of teenagers when they came in for their experiences in front of the camera, and their activities on board seemed like one of the things they found most exciting about the Independence of the Seas cruise ship. Now, to watch this interview, click the link in the top right-hand corner and you can watch the kids talking about the ship.
So we're going to focus today on a lot of those new innovations, that word again, that were installed on the ship in 2018. And the first one that we want to flag up is laser tag.
Yep.
We might be more familiar with the term quasar in the UK.
Quasar.
Basically running around with those kind of big electronic sensors, kind of shooting each other with those lasers. It's really, really, really good fun. And I did it recently for my 10-year-old daughter's birthday party. Absolutely loved it, adults and kids. You can book this through the box office on board, which is basically the interactive system on your TV and cabin, or you can pop down to reception. You do need to pre-book it, although it's included in the price of the cruise, and it's for all ages 5 and up.
Yep,
and
good.
Basically, you and your team become part of a robot civilization or the alien scouting party looking for refuge from a mega nova. How exciting is that? It's all glow in the dark, it's extremely fun, and
free of charge, including your cruise price. Now, one of the things I really enjoyed when I was on board was the new feature, and what everyone's talking about is, of course, Skypad. Now, this is basically a trampoline with a built-in VR experience. Now, you'll be strapped into a harness and you'll be given a headset. You're never going to look cool doing this.
In for you.
Yeah, exactly. I had a couple of drinks as well before. Whoa. Now, so while you're jumping on the trampoline, it will feel as if you're jumping through a world full of sweets or jumping through the stars, travelling into a futuristic world. Now, this is included again in the price of the cruise, but there are restrictions on 5 to 7 years to jump with a headset on, probably because of the size of the headset itself. But it is fantastic. It's the new flag thing that they have on there for it. It's what the ship's known for, and of course it is
free of charge, included in the price of your cruise. Now, another great addition, courtesy of the 2018 renovation, is the new escape room called the Observatory.
Easier to say.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? Blooming heck. This does come at a small surcharge, but it's thoroughly worth it because it's extremely fun. It's for ages 14 and above. It's a great one to do with a group of friends or family, mainly because you are so involved. You're thrown into it. You can do nothing other than focus on getting out of this room for the full 60 minutes you're allowed. Now, you can reserve it through the onboard cruise planner, or of course electronically through the box office in your cabin by the TV set, and it will essentially see you and your team uncover hidden clues, solve mind-bending teasers and puzzles, and you've got 60 minutes to do this. Obviously, the quicker you solve it, the quicker you get out.
I was in there 4 days. Cruise was only 3. Now, this is a surf simulator that is on board the ship, which allows you to surf or boogie board or simulate waves up to 40 feet. Now, one of the things we will mention is it is worth getting there early, as the queues for the Flow Rider are usually quite long, but they are fantastic. And if you want to make yourself look a complete wally in front of loads of people, get on one of those boogie boards.
Now, we talked before about the advancements made with the 2018 renovation when it comes to new water slides and basically increasing the size of the water features on board. And this is incredible. So there's water cannons, there's huge water slides, there's fountains, there's pools, there's whirlpools for young children and for teens to get involved with. And there's a massive drench bucket as well, which is really, really fun. We don't want to be there when it tips unless you do want a real shock to the system. But this is a really, really good place to have fun with the family, and it's called Specialised Bay. And of course, Glenn, it is
free of charge. Now, obviously, we never want a perfect storm on a cruise ship, do we?
No.
Exactly. But what they've decided to do on Independence is actually put one on board. Now, this is a selection of water slides that feature on board. The perfect storm is said to be 3 stories high. Remember, this is also on top of a cruise ship, which is absolutely outrageous. Now, they're called Typhoon and Cyclone, and they have plenty of twists and turns as you swish down the slide. Now, there is a height restriction of around 5'3", but what we say is just slide in, it's very wet, and it's very fun.
And it's very free.
And it's very free.
This is fantastic because you can borrow skates on board, obviously bring your own if you really want to, if you're really dedicated. It's available to all ages and abilities, and not only this, on select sailings there's an opportunity to see some of the ice skating shows, and they are mesmerising because they're full of professional ice skaters with dazzling costumes, amazing choreography, the music, the lights, everything there. Now, of course, there are certain fees on select sailings to see some of the shows, but when it comes to the actual ice skating and going off and borrowing the skates, that's all included. So incredible value again.
Now, if you're wanting to work off some of that food that you're eating on board, there are the sports courts, which are really, really popular. Now, while on board, there's plenty of chance to stay active and get that blood pumping. There are options such as the sports court, where you can take part in a wide range of ball games, the running track that spans all the way around the top deck, and of course, the rock climbing wall. Yes, again, another one of Royal Caribbean's innovative features is the rock climbing wall on board a cruise ship.
Now, as with all cruise ships in the world, the entertainment's constantly on a rotating basis. So there's new shows coming on board, new acts, loads of innovations. And that's the same with the musicals on board, the kind of West End style, Broadway style shows which are on board Independence of the Seas. But you can guarantee that it will be fantastic, that it will be fun, and again, included in the cost.
Which is always nice. And you think how much a West End show is. We looked at it the other day, it's about 90 quid a ticket to go to the West End.
It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it really is. It's made it very unaffordable for a lot of people, and that's why going on a cruise and having that as a bonus is brilliant. Now, at the point of filming, it's currently got Grease, I believe, on board Independence of the Seas, which I'm sure many of you will know. Summer nights of summer loving.
My wife's just been in there.
Has she?
Yeah, not on the ship, but yeah, she choreographed.
Very nice.
Yeah, she's good, isn't she?
Oh, were you was she a Sandy and you were, what's he called?
I was a Rizzo.
You were Rizzo.
Now, one of the things that is really famous with cruise ships is something called Movie Under the Stars. Now, Princess Cruises kick-started the idea of movies under the stars, and now throughout the cruise industry, many cruise lines have pretty much followed suit. On Independence of the Seas, everything is huge, and watching a movie outside by the pool is no different. There is a 220 square foot movie screen that shows first movies, live sporting events, and of course, much, much more. Right, now let's have a look at grub. food or dining on board. Now here on Independence of the Seas there are so many options, so we're going to mention some of our favourites. There's some really good venues which are of course included in the price of your cruise, as well as some really nice venues that of course come at a small surcharge. So first of all, let's look at the main dining room, and this is of course included in the price of the cruise. Now it serves breakfast, lunch and dinner, and goes without saying is exceptional. You'll have options of multi-courses and in multi-level ambiance. Now you can get some world-class cuisine here, and also there's the Windjammer, which is a culinary pavilion that serves food from all around the world. And the Windjammer is a buffet serving breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it's huge and can cater for everybody on board.
Now, there are also some for-fee dining experiences on board Independence of the Seas. Having said that, don't let that put you off. The actual amount you spend is a fraction of the cost that it would be if you were landside. And if you're like myself, you love Ben & Jerry's, you're a big fan of ice cream, then you're in luck, because there's a Ben & Jerry's ice cream parlour on board. Get stuck into that chocolate fudge brownie or possibly that cookie dough. There's also a classic 50s American diner called Johnny Rockets, and a classic English fish and chip shop.
Which is new.
Which is brand new, isn't it?
Yep.
By the pool.
Yep.
So have you tried it?
Yeah, it's called Fish and Chips.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips it's called. Yeah, fish and chips, there you go. Hey, it's brilliant, it's great.
Yeah, do you get your tartar sauce on the side?
Oh, you get everything on there, mate. Yeah, no problem at all.
Ketchup, mayonnaise.
Ah, you got it all.
What are you, ketchup or mayonnaise, or do you mix them up?
I'll go ketchup. Now we're moving on to another two of the feature restaurants, which is Giovanni Table and Chops Grill. Now again, these are both for fee restaurants, but they are situated on the same deck and opposite one another. They have the similar decor, but in terms of the cuisine, they do slightly differ. Now, Giovanni's is a taste of Tuscany, where there are fresh Italian ingredients bursting with a multitude of flavours. Chops Grill, yeah, you've guessed it, it's the steak restaurant on board. It's a signature for Royal and serves up succulent cuts of steak alongside fresh seafood, delicious sides, and of course tempting desserts.
Next up, and finally, for the restaurants anyway on board Independence of the Seas, is Yumi, which is one of the latest additions.
Yep, it is.
And apparently was your favourite, am I right?
Yeah, it's not the cheapest restaurant, but I think if you're going to go there, especially in a week's cruise or 2 weeks, definitely go there. Daughter loved it. Stuff going on all the time, and the food was absolutely exceptional.
And as you can see on the screen now, Glenn did his best to try and catch the sushi in his gullet. With limited success.
And with a mouth my size, if I can't get it, no one's going to get it.
Assuming, as you mentioned, it is new, it's Asian-inspired dining. You're going to enjoy a wide variety of hot and cold appetizers, entrees, desserts, and more, all made to order with intense flavors and the best ingredients. And as Glenn's already mentioned, pretty much impeccable presentation. The chefs cook in the middle of a table, and you can see this Asian food being made right in front of you.
It wasn't just the food was brilliant. It wasn't that. It was the chefs, because they were such good fun with the people and interacting. And
they're kind of entertainers.
Oh, they're brilliant. Yeah, so it's like having watching a show whilst you're eating it. It was brilliant, really, really good. And I'll say what we paid for it was well worth the money. So all standard rooms from insides to balconies come with interactive flat screen televisions, telephones, desks, vanities, a safe and easy chairs or couches. Socket types are European and US, but not UK 3 prongs. So some cabins also have the USB ports, which is the only reason Keith books cruises, because he loves them.
I love a good USB port.
Now bathrooms are shower only, though fortunately there are doors instead of the dreaded clingy curtains.
I mean, overall there are 32 different types of cabin, which is quite mind-boggling, isn't it? So you do go from the insides through to the outsides, through to the to the balconies, through to suites. There's something for everybody. But one of the most exciting things that was added in is the panoramic ocean view, which is just shy of the size of a junior suite. They're situated around the Spa and Fitness Centre, so great location, floor-to-ceiling glass windows, a separate living area, and a rotating TV situated on the stand in the centre of the room.
And that's what I'd go with a young daughter who's running around. I don't feel confident about necessarily having a balcony, leaving the door open and going out on that, but that's perfect because you've got the views almost of a balcony, but that window's closed all the time. It's just for security. But again, it depends what you want, and as I said, it's all to do with price as well. So the best thing to do, you know what budget you've got to spend, you give us a call, we give you the variety of cabins, and they're not being funny, you decide which one you want to go
because
for.
Sometimes there can be deals on certain grades depending on availability and interest and all the other things as well. If you want any more information, do give us a call, go on the internet, speak to Glenn and the other Planet Cruise experts, or you can click this link here and have a look at another episode we did, which is all about cabin grades.
Yeah,
and about explaining it in a bit more detail. Enjoy. So there we are, that's our review of the Independence of the Seas, or mainly about a lot of the new aspects of Independence of the Seas.
I think it's a great ship. I think it's fantastic. I say the thing is, we do a lot of mini cruises, you know, 3 or 4 day cruises out of Southampton. So, you know, if you're not sure and you want to try it, but you don't want to sort of, you know, blow the budget in one go, try one of the mini cruises, because you get to see all the facilities on board, then you might book it for longer. But these Royal Caribbean ships have got so much stuff going on.
Well, the thing is, well, if you have a look at the reviews, people love the Independence of the Seas. People go back time and time again, and that's saying something in itself.
Yeah.
And the ease of it sailing out of Southampton, that means you don't have to worry about the flights and all that malarkey as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you agree, disagree, want to comment, don't want to comment, just want to get involved, please do get in touch with us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we want you to have an opinion.
That'd be nice.
I'm Keith. This is the wonderful Glenn, and don't forget, you dream it,
we'll plan it. Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content like this, click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.